working to defeat crime and make neighborhoods safer. I'm Peter Carl, and this is Chicago Crime Watch. Another group of new Chicago police officers will soon hit the streets, but before they do, they must go through an intense physical and mental challenge called Bridge Week.
I don't see any strings this time. Jig line is on. Very good recruit.
Thank you, sir.
It looks like a scene out of the military. Recruits stand at attention, face their leader for a uniform inspection. It's the beginning of what will be a long, hard, strenuous day.
At the beginning of each day during Bridge Week, they have an inspection. Their uniforms have to be proper, very neat, pressed, starched. Their shoes have to be shined. They have to be shaven. They have to have a good haircut. And if they're in violation of any of those things, we all do calisthenics as a team. Everybody has to be squared away. Everybody has to be on the same page.
Time! Everybody down! When I say a minute, I mean a minute. The push-up. Push-up. Down. Up. 1. Down. Up. 2. Down.
Bridge Week is based on the Marine Crucible. It's an opportunity for recruits to take what they've learned during 19 weeks of training and put it into action. Assistant Deputy Superintendent Matthew Tobias developed the program.
I wanted to develop something that really drove home the point that you are earning the privilege of being a Chicago police officer, and you're earning the privilege of wearing the star of a Chicago police officer.
This is the third class to go through Bridge Week. It's 4 10-hour days with a different start time every day.
It's very challenging both mentally and physically for the recruit officers, as it's supposed to be. They've gone through a lot to that point, and now they have the opportunity to apply it and to really see how they hold up to the stress, which of course is simulating the stress of real police work, of out there in the street. But I believe that we do a very good job of bringing very realistic training, as realistic as you can in a training environment.
Were you, when she got on here, were you a little confused?
What we try to accomplish here is everything that a recruit has learned in the classroom, in the gym, in firearms, with use of force, the control tactics situations, that has to culminate. They have to use all those tools and be able to develop a plan to use those tools correctly in order to accomplish different tasks throughout Bridge Week.
Put your hands up!
During the week, the recruits are put through various scenarios. In this case, recruits are responding to a call for a person with a gun. When they get to the scene, there are multiple people there, all dressed similar to the description. The problem is further complicated when the guys take off running. Another situation for recruits to learn to work together.
When they get out onto the street, they have to be able to work with their fellow officers as a team during any type of situation that they're going to have to confront.
Straddle the top, help your partner up, right through it.
In another scenario, the recruits perform a difficult obstacle course. They chase an offender, climb over 8-foot walls until they eventually confront the guy who wants to fight the recruits.
Engage the subject! Come on, go!
After running, going over walls, now they're starting to get fatigued. Now they actually have to apply all their control tactics. And it's a lot harder when you're tired and you're stressed. So that's what we're trying to do, is get them used to it. And then we also try to introduce multiple offenders, so it makes it more challenging.
During the 6 months at the academy, the recruits get over 850 hours of basic law enforcement instruction. That's more than double what the state mandates. They have at least 84 hours of firearm training.
When I teach, when I first get to recruit class, I tell them shooting is 90% mental and 10% shooting. And the thing is, the decision making here, like in the scenario, they all have weapons out, but do you shoot somebody just because they move? So you have to teach them that too. They have to make quick decisions.
For recruits like Nadia Chico, she says the stress and strain of Bridge Week is not enough to make her give up and quit.
I think mentally you could get to a point where you're like, God, like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? But you just got to push through and just tell yourself, like, you could do it, like, don't give up.
For others, they say they're taking away valuable lessons that they plan to put to use when they get out on the street.
Even though I am, a little bit older, I am still new. I know I still have a long time, hopefully a long career ahead of me. But I want to be able to influence other officers, be a good example, all the core values that we have, professionalism, obligation, all that.
A lot of it is teamwork and leadership, just working with your partners or with your fellow classmates, and also leadership a lot, taking the lead role, not waiting for somebody else to do something, just stepping up yourself and take care of the task at hand.
For the trainers, they want the recruits to take away more than just technical knowledge from Bridge Week. They want them to feel a sense of pride for a job well done.
The one thing after completing Bridge Week and the Academy is personal pride. Pride in themselves, pride in the department, pride in the uniform that they wear and of the occupation that they have now took. And also the whole concept of personal responsibility, that they and they alone are responsible for their actions. And we want them to walk out of this building being the most professional, ethical, conscientious police officer that we can produce here in the city of Chicago.
Bridge Week culminates with the recruits getting their Chicago Police Department star during a special ceremony.
Police Officer Armando Alamillo.
The significance of the star ceremony is to really emphasize the point that they've earned the privilege of wearing the star. They've worked very hard. They earned the right to enter the academy, to enter the Chicago Police Department, and now everything that they've done up to this point, they've worked very hard for. Nobody has given them anything.
After the recruits receive their star, they take their oath to be a Chicago police officer.
I state your name. Having been appointed to the office of Police Officer, City of Chicago.
Police Officer, City of Chicago.
For the 23 recruits in this class, getting their star holds special meaning for each one of them. But for Daniel Lenahan and his family, the star ceremony has an even deeper meaning. Daniel's father, Robert, is a retired police officer. Now his son will be wearing his old star number.
Well, that was my number when I was a patrolman. And then, of course, I gave that number up when I became a detective and got a detective star. And that star number had been reissued, and a request was made for the police officer that had that star number to give it up for the family member of a Chicago police officer, and he was nice enough to do that.
I was able to get my dad's all-star number, which is an honor too, because of his great career as a police officer and then as a detective. So just to be able to kind of follow in his footsteps and be able to say that I can wear his star number with pride and everything.
The new officers were also able to get their stars blessed by the department chaplain. They are now considered probational police officers and can wear the official blue uniform. They will become full-fledged police officers after 18 months. There will be a special graduation ceremony for the officers in about a month. And there's a new home for police in Bridgeport's 9th Police District.
You see these buildings all over. It's more than a building. It's the soul of a city. And these men and women who basically raise their hand and take the oath of office, put the badge on and gun and go out there to serve and protect the people of the city of Chicago. We have to remind ourselves continually what it's all about.
As you look around this building, you will see what a 21st century police station is supposed to look like. In this building, we have high-speed data lines so our police officers can access department records and information more quickly. The roll call room, which you will see, is equipped with a screen that enables officers to view training videos, crime maps, and images of wanted offenders or vehicles. We can also conduct video conferencing so we can share information with officers all over the city at the same time. But we know that technology is just a tool to help us do a better job. Accomplishing our mission to make this and all of our neighborhoods safer depends upon the people involved.
As you walked in today, you may see some banners outside hanging on the light poles. Deering District, since 1870, a tradition of service continues. The old station was fine when it was built. It outlived its purpose, it outlived its usefulness, and it was to the point where it was affecting our ability to effectively deliver police services to the residents of this district. So that's why it's important that we have this new facility, not just for today, but it's set up so that it can meet the challenges of tomorrow. It gives our officers the tools they need to go out and do an even better job.
The new station is nearly 5 times the size of the old Deering District, which was built back in 1938. That's the latest from the CrimeWatch News Team. I'm Peter Carl. Thanks for watching.